So, I want to welcome Miss Deborah Jefferson, and we're going to talk about everything books, everything writers, everything authors, and what we are doing together as a collective to get more authors and readers around. And of course, I'm going to mention this on the Ready Show, The Lion's Den, with myself, Ebonylion, which comes on every single Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And I am excited because I'm an author too. So I want to support everything that has to do with Black women, Black authors, and just everything that supports us, right? So let me give you the floor. All right, and talk
Mhm.
about your author's event that is coming up really soon on November 8th, right?
Yes.
And so you
Yes.
can give the location and all of that information, but I'd like to know, a little bit about it. Tell us about it, and then at the same time, tell me what started it. Like, why did it begin?
Sure, sure. And thank you again so much, Ebony, for having me on your show. I'm honored to be on the Lion's Den.
Yes.
Yes, I am. And so, again, like I said, my name is Deborah Jefferson, and I am the founder of Harabed's Thoughts LLC, who is presenting the Our Words Matter Black Author Expo.
Okay.
And it came about when it was a couple years ago, school in Miami, it was on the news,
Mm.
and they sent home a permission slip for the children to have to get their parents to sign so that they could read a book by an African American author.
Oh,
Yes, this is only a couple years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and
Wow.
that sparked something in me as being an
Mm.
author myself. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, there's something I gotta do. And I, of course, not only being an author, I'm a mother and a grandmother as well as a Black woman.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And that just didn't sit right with me. So I
Mm-hmm.
prayed about it and I said, Lord, okay, what can I do? It's got to be something. And that's when he laid the vision on my heart to plan the Our Words Matter Black Author Book Expo. And at that
Mm.
time, it was the Our Words Matter Black Author Book Expo and Fall Fest. So I had
Oh,
to shorten the
wow.
name a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
so when you
So that's
called
where
it
it all
our,
came
yeah,
from.
our words matter, what do you mean specifically by that?
That in literal terms, our
Okay.
words do matter. They're not to be
Mm-hmm.
silenced. They're not to be looked upon as negative or derogatory or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. We should have the same right as everyone else to have our
Mm-hmm.
words out there for anyone who wants to read them to be
Right.
available. And so
Right.
that's where my push came from to create the All Words Matter Black Author Book Expo.
Oh, wow. So how long have
Mhm.
you been having this expo? Or is this gonna be
This
the
will be our
first?
second
Oh,
year.
the second year.
No, this
Okay.
will be the second year. This will be the
Okay.
second year. Yes.
Okay. And
Yes,
it's
it will.
located
Mhm.
in South Carolina?
Yes, Aiken, South Carolina to be exact. We're
Okay.
between Augusta, Georgia and Columbia, South Carolina, a little bit closer to Augusta, Georgia.
Oh,
And so
okay.
kind of a small town, but not too small, not too big. Just
Okay.
right as we say. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah. Mhm.
And so I met you through Speak Up Sis with Miss Angel Charmaine, who also
Yes.
is a woman supporting our voices, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so how did you become in contact with Miss Angel Charmaine through Speak Up Sis?
Angel and I actually met before Speak Up Sis when she
Okay.
was yeah, we've talked about this story so many times. I was actually hosting, I created an event then for the hair industry. No,
Oh,
it was yeah, the hair and beauty show industry where I had vendors to come. And she was one of the vendors that signed up. And that's when I actually met her, which was back in I think 2019, 2018,
mm-hmm.
2019.
Mm-hmm.
And she was one of my vendors. And then I started watching the things that she was doing online. She was having Bible studies every morning on Facebook, and I was,
Okay.
listening in those. And she helped me because I was going through some things, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
transparent. I was going through some things in my previous marriage. So
Okay.
her Bible studies and her teachings were really helping me, and I
Mm-hmm.
just stayed, and we kind of like stayed in contact, but then fell back a little bit, but still there, lingering.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then she continued on and doing her thing, and I continued on, and we just ended up always being in each other's circles, whether it was selling tea or whatever. Just we ended up in a lot of the same circles, and we just
Okay.
been really connected ever since. And
Okay.
she supports what I do, and I support wholeheartedly what she does. And people who know me know I don't go in all spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't, yeah, I don't, yeah, I'm very
Mm-mm.
particular. And yeah, it's just
Mm-hmm.
a natural thing. Like, yeah, I'll fall
Yeah.
back a little bit. But the Lord keeps me coming right back to Angel Charmaine and Speak Up Sis because I
Okay.
wholeheartedly believe in what she's doing.
Okay,
Yes.
and you're an author as well.
Yes, I'm an author as well. I
Okay.
will be publishing my fourth publication at the Author
Okay.
Expo. Yes, my
Okay, okay, that's
yes.
beautiful. So tell me a little bit about your experience as an author and what, guided you or brought you to writing your own book, just from
hmm
author to author. Because I, and then I
Yes,
maybe I'll
sure.
talk a little bit about my experience as an
Of
author.
course, yes, and of course we both write poetry, of course. So,
Mm-hmm.
my first collection, my first two books were poetry collections,
Okay.
and right, and I write from my heart, emotions, whatever I'm going through. So my first
Mm-hmm.
book, Whirlwind Full of Emotions, all the emotions I was feeling leading up to the divorce, all the
Okay.
everything I felt, I wrote it in poetry format.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it in a book this time because I would always write. I
Mm-hmm.
would write before then because I remember I had a laptop. I want to say maybe back in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
and I would save all my poetry on there.
Okay.
Laptop went out, poems went. I didn't back then. I didn't know too much about flash drives and all that stuff.
Right, right. Oh, dang, you didn't have it
Yes, so I
saved?
no, I lost everything.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, so this time I was like, no, I'm not losing it. I'm publishing it. It's gonna be in a book. It's gonna, it's
Right.
gonna be there forever.
Oh
And
my
that's what I did.
goodness.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
well,
what I
that's
did.
crazy. Oh,
Right.
that's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yes, you live
Oh
and you
my
learn.
gosh.
hmm
Yes. So from there,
hmm
you continue to write these
Right. I
books.
continue to
And now
write.
all
Yeah.
are they all poetry books?
Well, my first two were poetry books. The second one is
Okay.
Burst of Emotions, and that came out
Okay.
of navigating and learning about life and dating in my 40s because I got married
Okay.
at 20 and divorced at like 43. I
Oh,
didn't know
okay.
anything. Yes, I
Right.
was green, as they
Yeah.
say.
Right. Back
Yeah,
on the dating scene. It was
right.
a whole new world.
Right. Dating scene, friendship scene, because
Exactly.
I was very
Yes.
closed in with my husband and my children. So
Mm-hmm.
I had girlfriends, but I didn't have, because I put
Yes, I
my
understand.
family first, the husband first.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn about that too. I had to learn about other
Mm-hmm.
women,
Mm-hmm.
just keeping it
Mm-hmm.
real. I had to learn about other women and their
Mm-hmm.
personalities and behaviors and things
Yes.
like that. So
Yes.
I wrote about
Yes.
everything in poetry format again.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I think I took my time with that one, maybe like 2 to 3 years
Mm-hmm.
before I
Mm-hmm.
actually finished writing it and publishing it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
So in terms of you deciding to write your own books,
Mhm.
being supported by Angel Charmaine with Speak Up Sis, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
then your experience with, which is crazy, that coming from the schools where they have to sign a
Yes.
permission slip to read books by African American authors, particularly.
Yes, it was. You can look it up when your listeners Google it. It was a school in Miami.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so from there, that's where you were already doing events before that, but that just
Where I
launched
was
you
doing little
into
pop-up
doing the
events, right?
okay. But
Mhm.
that launched you into doing the Words Matter Expo,
Yes.
right?
That's where that
Okay.
came about.
And so with that, how are you hoping that the expo will kind of showcase the healing, the transformation, the power of just stories in general in terms of, you
Mhm.
even mentioned yourself that
Yeah.
you were writing poetry as a cathartic thing
Yes.
going through your own life. So is that your
Absolutely.
goal with the expo is to demonstrate the transformation, of how
Mhm.
books are healing?
Yes, that's a big part of it is to show people that, words have power. They have
Mhm.
strength. They can take you on a journey or they can show you the journey that you've been on, but it's a healing process. And every one of the authors that are in the expo have participated in the expo, whether they're writing children's books, whether they're writing books about their lives or poetry,
Mhm.
however, they derived it from somewhere of some experience they went through, even if they don't write a
Mhm.
memoir, because I write in that
Right.
genre as well. Even if
Mhm.
they didn't write memoirs, I've spoken to some of them and they got their story from somewhere and they just put their own spin on it. So I
Right.
want to showcase that and that wide range
Mhm.
of writers and authors and the ideas that they have and the stories that they have to tell to get
Mhm.
them out there to the people who need them. And that's what it's really all
Yes.
about is
Okay.
the stories need to get out there to people who need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why are you targeting women specifically and Black women specifically, or are you targeting women specifically?
Actually, no. More women are drawn to me, but we actually do
Okay.
have a couple of male authors that will
Okay.
be there. Yes, and
Okay.
I just done one is Reverend BJ Bertram, BJ Major. He's here out of
Okay.
Augusta. He'll be there as an
Okay.
author. This is his second time. He is a
Okay.
returning featured author. And then we
Okay.
also have Walter Curry Jr. He's out of the Orangeburg, Edgefield, South Carolina area as well. He's
Okay.
also going to, this will be his first year, and he writes like
Okay.
about Black history and things like that, but tracing his family lineage.
Mm,
Those kinds of
mm.
stories need to get out there,
Oh my
for the
gosh.
older gentlemen. Yes.
It's interesting that you say that because when I was in school, they showed Roots, right? I mean, I think it was like
Right.
a 2 week, however long, like an hour a
Yes.
day or 2 hours we was watching Roots because that was like one of the longest
Right.
movies like ever, right? Um,
Exactly. Never
yes.
ending.
Yes, it was never ending. And I just was mentioning to someone that it ended up continuing even more. There's actually new parts of Roots that
hmm
came out, like 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what's interesting about that is that, for example, my oldest daughter is 29,
Okay.
and they've shown no nothing about no roots.
No.
They're not showing no kids nothing about no roots. I mean, especially if they're
Right.
asking for a permission slip to read the books.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
I think it's interesting that not only have they already for years withdrawn, things that
Yes.
demonstrate Black history,
Exactly.
um, but you know, they're also trying to take away the books as well. I mean, it's so much that
Yes,
they're
it's
they're
so much.
taking away. So I think that that's really
Mhm.
important that the history and you have an
Right,
author that's going to be demonstrating that because
right. Mhm.
because
Exactly.
it's I don't even know what to call it. It's dangerous. I think it's
It
dangerous
is. It's because
to,
they're trying to erase. It's like they're trying to erase our history. Mhm.
yes, which is
Mhm.
the history of this country. You
Yes,
cannot
exactly.
exclude it. There's no way
Exactly.
to exclude it.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, there's just no way to exclude it.
Mhm.
There's,
No, it's not.
yeah, I don't even know how
Exactly
they
right. You can't
tried to
exclude it. We're here. We've been here
exactly,
since the beginning.
exactly.
Yes. Mhm.
So tell me a little bit, would there be opportunities for authors to share short readings or excerpts or poems during this event? Will people that are coming to the event be able to hear from some of the authors?
Well, this year, like I said, they'll be able to go around to each author's table and speak
Okay.
with them and like a meet and greet and really like I guess pick their brain per se. But we also will be having assistance with another podcast with actually Reverend BJ Major, the
Okay.
author. He actually has a podcast as well called the God's Recording Podcast.
Okay.
He's gonna have a segment like around 11:30 because the event starts at 11. He'll have a segment and he'll, with to give the authors a chance to get on the mic and speak publicly, about their work and things like that to the
Okay.
audience.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Great.
Yes.
So,
hmm
um, let's see. I had one other question that I just wanted to kind of know the flow. And what is your expectations for next year in terms of
hmm
this event?
Okay. Well, the flow for the event, I just want everyone to have a good time. I want the authors
Okay.
to enjoy being there. I want the readers, the patrons to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy being there, coming there. And we're going to have authors not only from in the CSRA, which is the Georgia Carolina area that we're here right across the Savannah River, but we have authors coming from Texas. We have authors coming from Little Rock, Arkansas, and of
Oh
course the
wow.
Atlanta area, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and of course with us here in Aiken and Augusta area. So,
Okay.
I want our the patrons, the readers to be able to see that, yeah, that we have a lot of work out here written by self-published authors and who are good authors. They call us
Right.
indie authors, but our work is important as well. We might
Exactly.
not go to the big publishers, but our work is still important, even with your work, with your poetry and
Yes.
everything. Our
Yes.
work is important and it needs to get
Yes.
out there. It needs to
I
be
agree.
heard.
I agree. That is
hmm
a very, very good point. So we're going
Yes.
to take a little bit of a commercial break and we'll be right back where I
Mhm.
can talk a little bit about just more in terms of what you have to offer and what your plans are. So we'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
So come on, turn down the lights, turn the volume up with myself, Ebonylion, on the Lion's Den every single Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time and again at midnight. Set the date and feel the fire. Okay. So welcome back. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that we wrapped it up and you literally just give me exactly what you want listeners to know in terms of why it is important, in terms of attending these events, supporting these authors,
Mhm.
supporting these just people who want to make sure that our messages, our voices are not stifled, are not held
Mhm.
back, and then give us the dates, the times, and just another reason why we should all participate.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for having me on the show today.
Yeah.
So you're welcome. What I want for the authors and the listeners and the patrons to get out of this is for them to come and see the wide variety of authors. Like I said, we have authors that write memoirs, poetry, Christian fiction, self-help, teaching, just around about, romance, and we have a little bit of everything, So come out and support and bring your children. Let them see that it's possible for them as African American children, boys and girls, that they can be writers too. That it's something that they can do. They don't have to play basketball or they don't have to, be in the streets or whatever, that's going
Hmm.
on. The world is crazy right now. That
Hmm.
there are other positive things that they can look forward to, that they can do, and that is not a hard thing for you to do. There are so many
Right.
easy ways now to be a self-published author, which I'm not promoting, but I do. I publish on Amazon KDP, where it's
Hmm.
very, as far as upfront costs are very minimal. And that's a
Yes.
plus, as a self-published
Yes.
author. So just to
Yes.
let them know that, hey, they can, like I said, talk to the authors and, get asked questions, find out
Hmm.
more information about it, because that's what we're here for as a community. And that's what I want to do is bring the community together so that people can see that we're here to support one another. We're here to
Okay.
support, fellow authors, as they're out here and other entrepreneurs as well. Because
Okay.
we have community vendors that are going to be there as well. We have heirs property that's going to be there to help people learn more about property preservation. And we also have not but least but last our silver sponsor, Emoji Village here in Aiken, which
Mm.
is a nonprofit. They
Okay.
support the community, black-owned businesses to help us grow. And yeah, it's about the community. So that's
Okay.
what I want people to take from this, that we're not separating ourselves per se,
Hmm.
but we need to still put ourselves out in the forefront so that people know that we're here and that we matter
Yes.
and that our words
Yes.
do matter.
Yes.
Yes.
And so this is a yearly event,
Yes,
right?
it's a yearly
And
event.
so it's taking place November 8th of 2025 this year and will be scheduled around the same time next year,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so where can everyone find you and find the link for the event? Do you have a website?
Yes, they can find
Okay.
all the information about the website. It's either on my website,
Mm-hmm.
which is Harobed's Thoughts,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
HAROBEDTHOUGHTS.com.
Okay.
All the information is on there about Harabed's Thoughts and the Our Words Matter Black Author Expo. You can find me at Deborah Jefferson on Facebook, Harabed's Thoughts on Facebook as well as Instagram. And I'm Harabed's Thoughts on there as well, and Harabed's Thoughts on YouTube and on
Okay.
TikTok.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great. So I'll make sure that I have the link in the description so everyone
Okay,
can
great.
know where to find you. And also, last but not least, you had mentioned, first of all, you bought my book, which is Weathering
Yes,
the
I
Storms,
did.
which includes like lyrics from my album and poetry and just my whole experience in my music life, and growing
Yes.
up as an artist in that way. And I know you started it, you haven't finished it, but what are your thoughts so far so I can get a little simple review?
Yes, a little not simple review. I can definitely tell you that when I was reading, I felt it. 'Cause like I said, even when you
Okay.
were talking about the poems that you wrote in your
Mhm.
childhood as well as like, 'cause
Mhm.
I'm moving up to, I think I made it as far as like middle school to get
Yes,
to like
yes. It's a
school.
full
Yeah,
life
and it's a full
memoir.
range, and I
Yes,
love that because
yes,
I want to do that as well
yes.
with my life.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
actually do a full poetic memoir.
Yes,
And
yes.
reading your story, and I'm like, wow, you can really do
Yeah.
this, and
Yes,
I can
yes.
relate to a lot of the things,
Oh,
that you
thank
talk
you.
about, with growing up and how the
Hmm.
kids treat you, all the things. Because
Okay.
we've all been through that,
Yeah,
right?
we all have
Yeah,
been
we've
through
all
that.
been through that.
So I really appreciate you
Yes.
supporting me. I, of
You're
course, support
welcome.
you. I will
Of
have all the
course.
links in the description because our words matter. And make sure to tell everyone to go to the Lion's Den every Saturday at
Yeah.
12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Support us. Also, sponsoring our podcast right now is my
Yeah.
brokerage company, Bukhari Lux Signature Realty. So if you know anyone looking to buy, sell, rent, or even lease, then of course I can help you with my team of agents all over the state of Georgia, right?
Okay, awesome.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
So, and I'll have a link in the description for that as well. So we will see you soon on
Yes.
November 8th. I will be there next year. Right.
Yes, that's
And
right. You're
when I,
here.
yes, and when I have my book there for everyone to be able to purchase and read and participate in, I'm going to perform as well. So
Yes.
that'll be a
Yes.
great thing because again, my book, Weathering the Storm, which the link will be in description, includes all the songs from my current album that you can find on ebonylionmusic.net. And make sure to join the mailing list so you have access to the radio show and the podcast and all the events at ebonylionmusic.net. So thank you so much, Deborah, and I will see you soon.
You're welcome. I'll see you
Okay.
soon as
All
well.
right. Have a
Thank you for
great one.
having me. You
Thank
too.
you. All right.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye bye.